Most people think the creative process breaks down because of motivation. They'll say things like, I know what I want to do, I care about it, I'm inspired, and yet nothing moves. Projects stall, ideas sit half-formed, and eventually people start asking a harder question. What's wrong with me? But in most cases, the problem isn't motivation, and it isn't intelligence either. It's that we've misunderstood how the creative process actually works. There are 3 different systems involved anytime we try to create or execute something: how we think, how we feel, and how we instinctively act. Most conversations only focus on the first 2. The thinking part of the mind is cognitive. That's where logic lives: planning, analysis, strategies, ideas. It's what you know, what you've learned, what you can explain. Most education systems are built almost entirely around this part of the mind, and that's why we have incredibly smart, capable people with great ideas who still feel stuck. Because knowing what to do doesn't mean you can't move it forward. The second system is affective, the emotional part of the mind. It's how you feel about the work, your motivation, your passion, your values, your energy. This is what we talk about: burnout and inspiration, confidence and doubt, excitement and fear. And this is where people often are told, you just need to want it badly enough. You need more motivation. You need to get inspired. But here's where things start to break down. You can know exactly what to do, and you can care deeply about doing it, and still struggle to act. That's because neither thinking nor feeling controls execution. There's a third part at play that most people are never taught about. That system is conative. Conative is about doing, not what you know, not how you feel, but how you naturally take action, how you start, how you persist, how you make decisions under pressure, how you move ideas into the world. This part of the mind operates instinctively. You don't choose it, you don't train it, you don't discipline your way around it. It's the source of your will to do something. But not willpower in the way we usually talk about it. It's how your will shows up in action. This is where the creative process often breaks. We assume that if we think clearly enough, care deeply enough, and try hard enough, execution will follow. But if the process you're using fights the way you naturally act, your system resists. Not because you're lazy, not because you lack discipline, not because you don't want it badly enough, but because you're trying to force motion in a direction that doesn't fit. You can see this play out in very practical ways. Some people create by talking ideas out loud. If you force them to work in silence, they stall. Some people need to research deeply before acting. If you rush them to just start, anxiety spikes. Some people need to test and iterate. If you demand certainty before movement, they freeze. And some people need structure before they create. If they tell them to just stay flexible, everything feels chaotic. Same goal, same way of motivation, completely different execution needs. That is why effort alone doesn't fix creative blocks. Pushing harder in the wrong direction doesn't create momentum, it creates friction. And over time, that friction turns into exhaustion, self-doubt, and burnout. This is also why willpower is often misunderstood. Real will isn't about forcing yourself through resistance. Sustainable will shows up when 3 things are aligned. The goal makes sense cognitively, the work matters effectively, and the process fits conatively. When those 3 line up, action feels natural. Energy lasts longer, progress becomes steady instead of forced. When they're misaligned, everything feels heavy. Everything I've talked about here is at an individual level. This is what's happening inside one person when creativity flows or stalls. But things get even more interesting when you put this into a team. Because now you don't just have one way of thinking, feeling, and acting, you have many. And that's where most creative problem solving breaks down. So if you've been stuck, frustrated, or questioning yourself, pause before blaming your discipline or motivation. Before you add another system or routine, it's worth asking a different question. What if the resistance I'm feeling isn't a lack of will, but a mismatch in how I'm trying to move this forward? And if you're working with a team, that question matters even more because it becomes very hard to see friction clearly without a shared lens. That's exactly what the friction to flow scorecard is designed to surface. Not how motivated people are, not how smart they are, but where friction is quietly showing up between how people think, how they lead, and how they're being asked to act. If you're curious, take the scorecard.